Hello guys, it's me, Mythos, back at it again with yet another WAN Morning Report. So, we'll go straight into it, Booyakasha! And here we go, arm wrestling news. So, like always, we have plenty of coverage, and the OG master himself, he did like 3 videos in one. First and foremost, we have about Vitali, the bicep curl. There is an argument going on about how valid it is to do curls. Then we have this, the half slip. You know, when you dump to the wrist and then you kind of hold like that and hold on for dear life so you can slip out. It's basically when you do an intentional slip, as you can see here, Devon doing against Vitali. And he's arguing that Devon will probably not be able to slip if they didn't have the strap rule. What do you guys think? And then it finishes up with the practice pool analysis. We have talked about the practice pool before, of course. We have the one and only champion, Irakli Zirakashvili, and then he gets dunked on by Alex Krudach. Yeah. Go and watch the video, give it a like. It's always fun. And he also goes into a bit more detail on the practice pulling and what he thinks about that. And then he also talks about Devon and the half slip and even Vitali's bicep curl situation. So, with that being said, talking about practice pulling, Booyakasha, concrete elbow. Rest in peace, Leonidas. So Leonidas is clearly getting dunked on by the previous practice pool champion. And as you can see, it's the left arm. So that's intriguing because this is Irakli's, like, it's the weak arm.
But at least people to stop Irakli close to the pin back. That it turns out Irakli destroyed.
As you can see, deep inside that hook, and then Booyakasha. It's crazy. It's crazy. This video is actually very fun. You will see later on in the video towards the end that it gets very interesting because he changes the outro once again. It's not just a pure RIP Leonidas. And one other thing that I found really interesting, if you watch the channel right here, Leonidas is peaking, yo. I mean, Concrete Elbow is peaking. In one day, he introduced 4 videos. That's the peak. That's the pinnacle of the YouTube making. The arm wrestling world needs to learn a thing or two from the man, the myth himself. That being said, we move on to the next one, Booyakasha, Wagnero Bortolato. Here, he explains different exercises that you can do at the gym, but also that you can do at home. Like it says in the title, 3 best shoulder exercises. And it's translated once again. And he shows these ones with dumbbells. And then he shows this one with the barbell. And then later on, if I remember it correctly, towards the end, there we go. And you get the point. He shows all these different exercises, and it can get you really strong, and it can make you look like Jack Jesus himself. Okay, maybe to look like Jack Jesus you also need like 20 years of training and perhaps some other stuff as well, but still, you can look pretty strong. You can look pretty strong, even without the extra stuff. Moving on to the next one. Concrete elbow. Once again, Hermes Gasparini starting the new cheesecake diet. What? I would love me some cheesecake. And as you can see, big arm right there. And the cheesecake diet, I believe it's from Brian Shaw. It must be a reference to him, because I think they talked about the cheesecake even in their podcast. So it's fun that he keeps bringing it up. It's the new quality pasta, my friend. That being said, Morzov's arm will be injured again. Basically, this video is going over how Hermes is looking into phenomenal shape, and it's gonna be a really interesting matchup that we are going to see after this event, this versus West 23 card. That being said, are you ready for the man, the myth? You already know who it is, don't you? Tomas Tabalubay. He's doing an analysis, he continues. Hermes Gasparini is willing to do it again. Hermes said in his live stream that he wants to pull Vitali again this year if possible. And he did thus an analysis of the match. As you can see here, this position is crazy, cracked back wrist, and then Hermes is holding with a 90-degree angle, and let's see it.
Hermes a little bit defensive with the hand control style, and then he's going to start to inch his shoulder behind.
As Tom also explains, he will start getting the shoulder behind, and then he will do his usual Gasparini press. Go watch it, it's a really nice analysis. It's a bit on the longer side this time, but the match is intriguing and the match is also back and forth, so it makes sense, and I believe that he made a really good analysis himself. Tom Stubblebine always puts the greatest of work forth. Moving on to the next one. You might know him as Hollywoodo, Matu Connolly. Here we go. Yet another match. We have Jaden versus Nick. I'm not gonna spoil it this time, I'm not gonna show anything because these are so short. You might as well go to my main man, hit that subscribe button and hit that like and keep pushing his content forward, you know? And the same goes for this one. As you can see, that one is balanced. That is a style match right there. You see that? We have a presser versus a top roller and it's 3 minutes long. So you know what that means. It's probably gonna be a war. So yeah, they're short. They are really short. Go and watch them. It's really good. It's really worth it. And there we go. The man, the myth himself is also always answering as well. So yeah, go for it. And don't forget, we're going to have a live with special guest Katie Hanke. And this is gonna be in 3 days as well. So stay tuned for that. All that being said, it wouldn't be a complete Mythos Arts video if we didn't plug the main league. East vs West 23. It's coming in hot still. We have David Samusha versus the Manifesta. And then we have Leonidas Arcona versus Brian Shaw, Vital Lalatin versus Devon Larratt. You can already see who I'm picking. And to get this card, you can use the affiliate link that I will drop down in the description below. And then you can get the pay-per-view from this site right here. And if you use the code MythosArts, you get 5% off, like always. And that's pretty much it for today's morning report. We did have quite a lot of things to talk about, but it's still average length, to be honest. All that being said, you know what time it is, don't ya? Booyakasha!